Sometimes I forget that you have died. You visit me in my dreams. I see your sorry face arching back, as if to ask if I knew that it was coming. Then I awake, with no recollection of your funeral. How can I go forward when my heart is buried with you? There are many lessons which you taught me. To ride a bike, to tie a lace, to shave a beard, to throw a punch, and how not to choke when holding back tears. You'd say, "Listen now, boy, you're far too strong to fall apart for this." You told me not to press flowers, as you said it tarnished the very beauty being sought after. That I was ending what was already precious in preservation. And I have learnt to kill the things I know to leave behind. I often ask myself if I was ever meant to be a man, as I have enjoyed the pleasures of serenity, walking by pools of green water, tasting strawberries, and digging plants. And then I remember how you taught me to know yourself, and I always have, which always scared you. I regret to think the man who took you has indeed loved me. I say this, now you've died, as you can no longer slap me across the face, or hold me at the root of my hair, and yet I hear the earth grumble, as you turn over in your grave, and your bones sigh with release. But I assure you, it is being dealt with. He follows my every step. I exist only within the woods. He caught me pacing early in the morning and told me I could have been a nymph, dropped from the very branches above our heads. And the smile he struck reminded me of thick orange mushrooms which oozed toxins on rain-softened tree bark. So I set snares, raise nets, I want to snap him in a bear trap. I cannot let him continue to track me. I learned to understand moderation in small doses of smiles and forgetful remarks on a Sunday afternoon, where he stumbles past me in a corridor and promises to meet in the small bluebell clearing where the fallen oak crumbles into the forest floor. and you assured me he promised nothing. Nothing. In the centre of the woodlands, I stumble across that old, familiar, sun-kissed spot, whereupon I've lain many an hour in the sleepy grass, jesting upon thoughts of him. I lie there, forgetting time, forsaking myself, replaying his voice in my head. His affections drew me in, as a tentative squirrel hearing the sound of a walnut drop ripe off the tree, tracing the vibrations into the palm of a gatekeeper. He fascinated me. With his philosophies he'd spout over breakfast at the nurse, as if she cared but to have him fed. He'd entertain the idea that she were but a dog, trained as a footstool, barking at the chime of a bell. I spent many hours hiding below the glass of the practice room, where he was sealed inside, spinning the ivory like a carpenter, as if the vibrations could melt gold. I lie, dreaming upon your marvellously beautiful sun. Anyone could see that. And when the letters began, I could hardly stop. I couldn't fathom an answer to his streams of lovelorn mutterings, so I lay about my bed, pulling the tough little feathers out of the pillowcases and burning. His poems unravelled like thread in my fingertips, and I couldn't think to utter them, as if they drew the breath from my lungs in a tug of white silk. And his typewriter burned, and the letters cluttered my drawers in stacks of memories and voices. Fountain pens, newspaper clippings, pressed flowers, red ribbon. His words. That charm. Immortalized me.